Jackson here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should subscribe for weekly Miraculous Ladybug videos, but you guys should become patrons over on Patreon if you guys want to support the channel, or you can do the same thing by clicking the join button for YouTube's channel membership members. Anyway, okay, so we are going to do a Miraculous Ladybug character ranking. Now, I made this myself. I can give you guys the link, though, to, like, my chart, so you guys can also do it as well if you guys want to. But basically, what I am doing is I am ranking, I think I got everybody at the school and then other important characters, basically. So, like, I got everybody in Marinette's class, I think, I hope. I went through the wiki, but, like, for some reason, like, for example, I looked in the student section, but for some reason Nino, like, isn't listed as a student, for example, so I had to go find him separately. So we may have lost a couple is all that I'm trying to say. We may have lost a few, but we should be okay, I think. So basically I did, like, Marinette and Adrien, obviously, Cat Noir and Ladybug, like, everybody in their superhero forms, basically. You know, the parent, like, Marinette's parents, Adrien's dad, like, I just basically did everyone who I was like, okay, like, they're important enough that people will want to know how I feel about them, like, as a character. And I would like to do, like, a villains list, like, for, like, the best villains in the show and all that, like, obviously not, like, Hawkmoth and all that stuff, but more, like, you know, the weekly recurring villains, but this is just gonna be characters, so this is just focused on the characters that we have. So to start, I have no idea who some of these people are. Like, I'm looking and I'm like, who are you? Like, this kid, like, I don't know who he is. So I'm just gonna put him over here. I'm pretty sure this is the fencing instructor, but I don't like him very much, so we're gonna put him over here. So yeah, basically it's S, A, B, C, D. And so S is, like, the best, and, like, D is, like, the worst. And like, this guy isn't bad, I just don't know. Like, I'm just like, he was listed in students, but I'm like, who are you? Also, some of the pictures are duplicated. I don't know how that happened. All right, I'm just a mess. But I would like to put Cat Noir at S. Like, I think that both Adrien and Cat Noir are definitely my favorite characters of the show. Like, just, I guess, if we're gonna, like, separate the personas, it's sort of like Adrien in his regular school life. Like, I'm really glad, because I heard that they were gonna make Adrien sort of, like, this cold, like, anime boy, like, you know, this sort of, like, anime stereotype, if that makes sense, like, this cold, uncaring anime boy, but then as Cat Noir, he lets loose or whatever, like, when he was Felix, and I'm so glad that they did make him that. Like, I'm glad that they went for, like, Adrien being this, like, sweet, like, soft boy that you just want to give a hug, and then Cat Noir is obviously a bit more outgoing and a bit more flirty. What is going on? A bit more outgoing and a bit more flirty, and so I like both of them. They're probably my favorite characters of the show. I've done a character analysis on them before. This is just not working today. I don't know if you guys can even see, but it's the armrests for my chair. Something's wrong with this one. Anyway, I did a character analysis on Adrien, like why I think that Adrien and Cat Noir are sort of like the best character and all that stuff. And so yeah, so they are definitely my favorite. Spoiler alert. All right, so now that I've gotten like the favorites out of the way, I'm just gonna sort of go from the beginning and organize everything else. I really like Alex. I wouldn't put her in A because I would probably put Alia and Nino in there. At least I would probably put, I don't know, it's hard with Alia, because Alia is one of my favorite characters too. Like, I just love her personality, and so I feel like that maybe Alia is an S, and then Nino, if we can grab him, Nino's an A. So that's sort of like our sort of scale that we're like working with here. I don't think I like either of the Weather Girls. I'm pretty sure that they're both the Weather Girls, and I'm like, you guys go to school here? Like, anyway. I really like this teacher. Like, that one time when we saw him, like, he was cool. He was all right. I really like the homeroom teacher. I think it's her homeroom teacher, Marinette's homeroom teacher. Like, she's really cool. Chloe, I think, like, person-wise, like, let's be real. Like, I don't think anybody likes Chloe as a person, but as a character, I feel like she's really developed. But I wouldn't put her in the same as Nino, so I think that she would be a high B. Like, Chloe would lead the B's. Get it? The B's, because she's... Anyway, okay, so, for Nino's, superhero persona, I think that he's not too much different when he's Carapace, but I do really like his costume and all that, so I'll put him beside Chloe, it's okay. Let's put Gabriel over here. I feel like Gabriel and then Hawkmoth, like, I feel like they're both such good characters, like, the persona and also just the regular like Gabriel, right? Because you feel bad for him, or at least I do, because yeah, he's doing bad stuff and he's akumatizing people, but like he's just trying to save his wife, you know? And so that's kind of what makes it, you know, sad and all that. All right, so I'm gonna organize some more people in the class. I really like Julika. Like, Julika's like my goth phase in high school, so I want to put her here. I think I like Julika more than Alex. I really like Alex too, so it's like, that's kind of hard, but Kaspersky's trying to like rescue me. I'm gonna close Discord too while I'm at it before I get interrupted, because this is a very important video. Okay. And Lila can go over. I feel like Lila, the problem with Lila is that it's sort of like, yeah, she's not a good person like Chloe, but there's also nothing redeemable about her. Does that make sense? Like with Chloe, you can be like, well, she's a bad person, but like I enjoy her character. Like, no, we don't enjoy Lila's character, or at least I don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but I don't. Kagami, I feel like I really like her and Luca, so I think I would put her and Luca over here. Okay, I feel comfortable so far with how this list is going. Like, I feel like this accurately represents where I feel like everyone is. Because, like, Kagami and Luca haven't gotten as much development as, say, like, Chloe, or, like, as much screen time as, like, Alia, right? Obviously. But, like, every time we've seen them, I'm like, I enjoyed your presence. Like, you were a good character to have right here. All right, so for Mark, I'm probably gonna put him, I feel like Mark's also high for me. Like, I'm kind of biased because, like, he's, like, one of the LGBT characters. So is Julika, though, so it's like, the gays are leading the charge. That's basically what it is, though, right? With Natalie, too, that's the thing. I really liked her as, the Peacock Miraculous holder, whose name I can't pronounce. Probably more than Nino, to be honest. But in terms of, like, her actual character, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's gotten development recently, like, at the end of season 2. But do I like her more than the... I don't know. I'll just put her over here for now. We'll figure that out later. Max, I really like Max as a character, so I feel like he can... I think that's Max. Anyway, don't yell at me if I get people's names wrong. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. The science teacher, I don't really like her. Like, I feel like if... she's like a high D, whereas Lila is like the worst, right? Like, that's kind of how this goes, is that Adrian's the best of the best and Lila is the worst of the worst. I feel like that's fine. I really like Nathaniel. He's just so soft. Like, I just want to give him a hug. He's kind of like Adrian. I think I'll put him over here next to Julika. Oh, okay, so my rule for these videos as well is that you cannot exceed the row. And so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's only 13 slots per row, and so my rule is that you can't exceed the row. And so this may, like, there's 42 characters here. I don't even know if they'll all fit. Anyway, so my point is that, like, as the rows start to, like, go, that means we'll have to move people up or down, and, like, that'll be the true test to see what people are ranked as. Alright, I really like Plag. I think Plag's just a really good character, too, every time we see him. I would put Tiki up in A as well. Like, I feel like that Plag is more enjoyable just because he's funnier, I guess, but Tiki's like, you know, she's a sweet character, she's a good character, that's just sort of it. Poor Nuru. I feel like we haven't seen Nuru a lot, so I don't want him to, like, I'm not trying to say that he's bad, but he's just like, I don't know. I also really like Pollen too, but do I want to put Pollen as my last slot in the Bs? I don't know. I feel like Pollen and Trix are just really sort of like, they have, like, interesting personalities, like, as far as Kwamis go. Like, the little that we've seen of them, especially Trix. Trix reminds me a lot of Alia, which I guess sort of works. Like, it all just works out, doesn't it? I think I'll put Rose. I think for my last B, I will put Rose right there beside Julika. I think that's a fair cop. I may move the teachers down to put in Marinette's parents. But let's put... oh no, well, I don't want to put, okay, this is hard. Alright, so we're gonna move this teacher, even though he's a cool guy. We're just gonna move him over here, because I want Waz in there, because he's, I don't know, he's just such a good boy. Like, I don't know, like, every time we see him, I just, like, yeah, like, I like this one, if that makes sense. I feel like he works really well with Master Fu, like, as a Kwami, so I really like him. Oh, we haven't put up Sabrina yet. I mean, this is my hot take, but as of lately, I feel like Sabrina's gotten a little bit annoying. So, like, no tea, no shade, don't come for me. Did we put... Oh, we didn't put Rena Rouge. I feel like Rena Rouge is sort of... She's the same as Alia. Like, I like her design. I like her design more than Alia's regular design. Actually, yeah, let's do that. This makes sense to me for some reason. Just like, yeah, I like Cat Noir more than I like Adrian, and I like Rena Rouge more than I like Alia. Just because... Not just because of the costumes, but obviously, like, Cat Noir's personality is a lot different than Adrian's. This is so hard. Like, I thought this would be such an easy video. Like, oh, well, like, I've had exams, now I'm free to record, let me just pop one out. Like, no, like, this is gotten difficult. This is becoming a problem. So we've exceeded the row, so I will put the teacher, because I really like her. I will put her as a high C, but we'll probably have to move some characters down. Also, because I posted doubles, I'm like, I don't know if I have everybody, or if I got everyone. Because I think it looks like I did. Wait, no, Marinette's not there. Oh, I think I got everyone, she says as she forgets to put Marinette. Anyway, I think that's it. I think it's just Marinette's parents that have to go on, and then Marinette, obviously. I saved Marinette for last, because it's like, she's the main character, so I want you guys to be like, whoa, Cal, that's a controversial opinion, if it is, I don't know. It probably won't be. I love Marinette's dad. Like, I love her parents so much, but I don't know. Do I like her Okay, so do I like her parents? I like her parents more than Natalie and more than Max, probably. Probably also more than Alex, but like, do I like the dad more than Nathaniel? Maybe. Okay, so let's do this. I feel like this makes sense, right? Because I feel like the dad is like a really like good character, but then like obviously like Rose and Julika, again, like how can I just put the gays in the sea? Like, no. That's obviously I'm biased. I mean, like, this is about who my favorite characters are, so it's all bias, right? I think I would put Max up here then, because, like, you know, okay. Let me put Queen Bee, because I do like the Queen Bee design, but do I like Chloe as Queen Bee more than I like Kagami and Luca? Like, okay, I'll put her over here. That makes sense. I think I like Luca more than Kagami, so I'm... okay. I'm just saying, Luca just keeps creeping forward as, like, my mental, like, my mind just keeps going, if that makes sense. So somebody has to move down. I guess I'll put Alex. I mean, I like Alex as a character, but at the same time, I'm like... I don't know, like, does she deserve to be a B, or do I just want her to be a B so badly? I don't know. Let's move Chloe down here. Okay, that seems better. That seems okay. I guess we could move some people down to D if we really needed to, if we're filling up our C slot. But no, I feel like this makes sense, because it's like, Marinette's parents are around a lot, and so you kind of grow attached to them. Like, you see how good they are, and how much you love them, you know, like all of that stuff. I think now I got everyone. The only person I seem to be missing is Marinette, and so that is how we will end this video. So I think that it's hard, because Marinette acts a lot of the same way as she does as Ladybug. She just doesn't know it, if that makes sense. Like, there are a lot of times where Marinette will go into Ladybug mode, but it's not like a different persona, if that makes sense. Like, I guess with Adrian, it's the same thing. Like, Cat Noir is a different part of himself, but he just can't show it to the world because, like, his dad, and he has to, you know, keep up his public image and sort of all that stuff. But with Marinette, it's sort of like I don't know, like, she has Ladybug moments, but it's like, that's not, like, her Ladybug showing, that's just Marinette as a person, but she just doesn't realize it. I don't know. Like, that's sort of a weird thing to sort of try to explain, especially in a video like this. Like, I feel like just Cat Noir and Adrian are so clear-cut, because usually they are personalities that don't usually intersect. Like, the only time I can think of Adrian showing some Cat Noir is when he was like, so Marinette. Like, there's that scene in one of the episodes, you guys know what I'm talking about, where he's like on the lockers or whatever, and he's like Cat Noiring with his eyebrows. No, but like with Marinette, it's sort of like when she's in a situation where she has to protect the class as Marinette, right? Or whatever, she goes into like Ladybug mode, but that's just herself. So it's hard to like put them both up there. I feel like I would put do I like Alia more than Marinette? I guess that's a good question. Cause I don't know, like I just really enjoy Alia as a character, and Marinette doesn't necessarily have those sort of those like quick wit. I guess like Alia's a little sassy, like she's pretty like a funny character. Marinette has like comedicness, but it's different. This is hard because I just don't know, like I just don't know where to put her, like legitimately, because I feel like putting her in S makes sense, like she's gotten a lot of like different character moments, but at the same time I don't know, I'm just like, I don't want to make anybody angry. I think that I have all of them now, so if you guys are doing this, just ignore the fact that there are doubles. I don't know how that happened. Do I like Hawkmoth more than because this is what this list turns into. It's like, do I like Hawkmoth more than I like Marinette? I gravitate to the villain character, so the answer is probably yes. I think I like Ladybug more just because of her interactions with Cat Noir when she is as Ladybug, whereas Marinette doesn't have too many like deep interactions with Adrien as she is herself, because she sort of like stutters around him and all that stuff. I think this is solid. I think that this makes sense. At least I think that it makes sense, because it's sort of like, I don't know, every character in this show, I feel like I don't hate anyone. Like I don't hate anyone that isn't supposed to be hated. Does that make sense? Like in other shows, if you guys watch my RWBY videos, there are a lot of like RWBY characters where I'm like, yeah, I don't like you, like I just don't like you, right? But with Miraculous, I feel like there's no character where I'm like, I hate you, like it, other than Lila, but she's supposed to be the person that you direct your hate at. Does that make sense? So like, for example, if I was like, man, I hate Luca, or whatever, like for no good reason, even though Luca's like, you know, a good boy, like he didn't do anything wrong, and so like I'm not looking at anyone like, man, I hate Julika so much. Like there's nobody that I feel that type of ways about with this show. It definitely happens with RWBY and some other shows. I'm like like this character's supposed to be funny, or this character's supposed to be this, and I hate them, right? You know what I mean? Like characters that were not meant to be hated by the writer. Like the writer didn't write that character like everyone's gonna hate this person, sort of like Lila, but the writer wrote that character like, wow, everyone's gonna love this character, and then everyone did not, right? And so there's no one in the show where I'm like, man, like I just like Sabrina, like I'm not like not angry, but I'm not like, I don't feel that way about any of the characters. So I think that all of the characters are good. Like they basically go from, yeah, they're okay, like you know, when they're around, it's not like they're terrible, sort of thing. Like, it's sort of like neutral to like amazing. And I think that Cat Noir and Adrien are like the amazing, the best, right? And so it's not really best to worst, right? It's sort of just like neutral, good, great, and then like best, you know, other than Lila, because obviously like D is just hateable, like, and like who is this kid? Like he goes here. But yeah, that's sort of it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my video. I hope that you guys understand my reasoning. I will put the link in the pinned comment down in the comment section down below if you guys want to do this and share it on Twitter, wherever, because I think that would be fun for you guys if you guys want to do that. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you to all of our wonderful patrons and our YouTube membership members who have joined using the join button that is under this video or on my channel page. You guys may be wondering, what do patrons and YouTube membership members get? YouTube membership members for $5 get access to my Discord server, they get a bunch of cool emotes, and they get early access to all of my videos. $10 patrons on Patreon get early access that is more than a week in advance, so sometimes we do videos like weeks in advance or even a month in advance, and so they'll get those videos way earlier, right? And they also are able to make requests, and so if they want us to do a shipping video or a reaction to an anime or to cover some sort of theory or to discuss something, they can ask for it and we will do it. On Patreon, $5 is early access a week in advance and $1 is for the Discord server. I hope that that helps. Again, thank you to our wonderful patrons over on Patreon, and I hope that you guys will join up soon. I will see you guys later. Bye.